Yeah, and the reason why it was the first church founded here, pretty simple. Just the Episcopal Church prior to the Revolutionary War was the Church of England, and well, during the colonial period, the Church of England was the government-sponsored church. And upon his arrival, initially, P.G.T. Beauregard set up his headquarters at the Mills House Hotel. The Mills House, still standing today, is 4 blocks right behind us, but only briefly. At that time, this house was owned by the owner of the hotel, who offered Beauregard the use of it, and thus it became his headquarters. The man who gave the order. Yeah, one day we were just standing there taking Mule's temperatures and our eyes locked. And, right, and that was it. Come on, Mule, get on up. Don't hit the car, please. Thank you.
Oh wow, look at you down the alley down there. See water. I see patrons.
And then right over here, y'all see this very large house coming up. That's the Calhoun Mansion. And the Calhoun Mansion, well, it dates back to the 1870s. George Walton Williams was a wealthy merchant and banker. And around 1875, George Williams began the construction of this house. And as he had over 400 people working on it, it only took about a year to build. It's got 35 rooms and 24,000 square feet. The largest house in the city by far. It's still a privately owned house today, but the gentleman who owns it does keep it open to the public.
My God, that's huge.
How much is it going to?
How much is it? I think it's $15. It's only time to raise property taxes. No, I'm sure
That looks like we're approaching
cast iron.
some water here.
Indeed, it's
Cooling off.
And here y'all see the beautiful Victorian on the corner. This house here built about 1892. That's a bed and breakfast today that you're eating straight in. According to Southern Living magazine, one of the top 5 most romantic places in the South.
Really?
Look at the gardens. Oh my God.
Yeah, the park here, White Point Gardens. The reason why it's called that is because when the very first settlers arrived here in 1670, the tip of the peninsula here was a shell bank. It was oyster shells that had been bleached by the sun. And thus it was literally a white point. The park got laid out here in 1839 for, quote, the comfort and leisure of Charlestonians. Lots of different monuments and memorials all through here. And as for the water, that's the Ashley River that we see over there to the right, and then right there in front of us, the harbor where the Ashley and the Cooper Rivers converge. And that river is called the Cooper, not the Cooper. But if you say Cooper, people are going to immediately know that you're from off. That's why Charlestonians call anybody who's not from here, yeah, you're from off.
From
Which, no offense intended, means basically where you're specifically from doesn't matter. It's just that it is.
I see. Anybody who ain't from here.
And of course I'm as we get up here to the corners. Now these houses we're going to see here along the High Battery are of a different era. You know, we were over there on Meeting Street looking at a lot of colonial homes. Well, all this area here along the Battery is landfill. It got filled in the 1820s. And so the homes along here date to the antebellum period. Antebellum, that's just the Latin for pre-war, considered to be about the 1820s to the 1850s. So I don't know if y'all have plans for that tonight here.
Come have a glass of wine?
Certainly,
Got it,
absolutely.
yeah.
Have a nice Riesling, how's that sound?
That sounds good, actually. I haven't had a nice Riesling in quite a while.
On the very remote chance y'all are that gullible, that is not my house, though it is one of my favorites. The William Roper Mansion, built about 1838. It's actually owned today by a gentleman from North Carolina who collects antebellum mansions. And you see the harbor out here. You can see a few of the landmarks. That large island over that way is called James Island. See that little clump of trees over there? That's Castle Pinckney. That's what's left of a fortification built there during the War of 1812. And Castle Pinckney as well, used as a prisoner of war camp during the Civil War. Sullivan's Island with the lighthouse over there. And then the most famous landmark in the harbor, right smack dab in the middle, that little flat island with the flags on top, Fort Sumter. Yeah, Fort Sumter, yeah, where of course the first shots of the Civil War were fired. And it was right from where those people are standing where Brigadier General Pierre Gustave Toutant de Beauregard stood while watching the bombardment of Fort Sumter. He shot to himself and given the order to fire.
Oh, really? He was a long way off.
Yeah, well, that's...
Provost Dunton, the old exchange.
Yeah, this is a building that would definitely be worth your while to visit, the old Exchange building, where a number of notable events in South Carolina's history occurred. Right over there, y'all can see yourself on a carriage tour. There you are.
Thank you very much.